Where are you from? A gentle conversation with Channie. Hello, my friend. Welcome back. Thank you for spending a little part of your day with me. I hope you're feeling comfortable. Maybe you're drinking a cup of coffee. Maybe you're studying English. Maybe you're taking a walk outside. Or maybe you're simply looking for a calm voice to keep you company for a while. Whatever you're doing, I'm happy you're here. Today, I want to talk about a simple question. A question that people ask all around the world. Where are you from? It sounds like a very easy question. Most of us can answer it in just a few seconds. We might say the name of a city, the name of a town, or the name of a country. But if we think about it carefully, this question can mean much more than that. Because when people ask where we're from, they aren't only asking about a location on a map. Sometimes they're asking about our story, our memories, our roots, the place that helped shape who we are. When someone asks me where I'm from, I usually give a simple answer. But inside my mind, something much bigger appears. I see familiar streets. I remember old buildings. I remember the sounds of my neighborhood. I remember the smell of food from small restaurants. I remember riding my bicycle as a child. I remember laughing with friends after school. I remember going home when the sun was beginning to set. And suddenly, the question becomes much more than geography. It becomes a collection of memories. Maybe you feel the same way. Maybe when someone asks where you're from, you immediately think about a special place. Maybe it's your hometown. Maybe it's the street where you grew up. Maybe it's the house where you spent your childhood. Maybe it's the school where you made your first friends. Places are powerful, not because they are made of concrete, wood, or stone, but because they hold our memories. Think about your childhood for a moment. Close your eyes if you'd like. Can you remember the place where you grew up? Can you remember the road you walked on? Can you remember the sound of rain outside your window? Can you remember the smell of your family's cooking? Sometimes I think memories are connected to places more than we realize. A certain street can remind us of a friend. A certain park can remind us of childhood. A certain building can remind us of a dream we once had. And that's why our hometowns often stay in our hearts, even when we move far away. When I was younger, I couldn't wait to grow up. I dreamed about traveling. I dreamed about seeing new cities, new countries, new cultures. Everything beyond my hometown seemed exciting. I thought the world outside was where all the adventure was waiting. And honestly, I still love traveling. I still love discovering new places. There is something magical about walking through a city you've never seen before, hearing a different language, trying different food, meeting different people. Travel teaches us many things. It teaches us that the world is much bigger than we imagined. It teaches us that there are many ways to live, many ways to think, many ways to be happy. But something interesting happened as I got older. The more places I visited, the more I appreciated where I came from. I started noticing things I had ignored before. The familiar streets, the local food, the traditions. The little details that once seemed ordinary, suddenly they felt special. Maybe that's one of the strange things about life. Sometimes we need distance to appreciate what we already have. When we're surrounded by something every day, we stop noticing it. But when we're away from it, we begin to miss it. We begin to understand its value. Have you ever traveled somewhere and suddenly missed home? Maybe you missed your family. Maybe you missed your bed. Maybe you missed your favorite food. Maybe you missed hearing your own language. It can happen even when we're having a wonderful trip, because no matter how exciting a new place is, there is something comforting about home. Home is where we feel understood. Home is where we feel safe. Home is where many of our stories begin. Of course, not everyone has the same relationship with their hometown. Some people love where they grew up. Some people don't. Some people leave and never want to return. Others leave and spend years dreaming about going back. And that's okay. Every person's experience is different. Every story is different. But no matter what your relationship with your hometown is, it has played a role in your life. It has helped shape your perspective. It has influenced the way you think, the way you speak, the way you see the world. Even if you no longer live there, even if you've changed, even if you've grown far beyond it, part of that place will always remain inside you. As I became older, I realized that where are you from can sometimes be a difficult question, because some people have lived in many places. Some people move frequently as children. Some people don't feel connected to a single hometown. And some people feel caught between different cultures. Maybe you've experienced that. Maybe you were born in one place, but grew up somewhere else. Maybe your family comes from a different country. Maybe you speak more than one language. Maybe you've spent years trying to figure out where you truly belong. If that's your story, I want you to know something. Belonging is not always about geography. Belonging is not always about a city or a country. Sometimes belonging is about people. Sometimes belonging is about relationships. Sometimes belonging is about finding a community that accepts you. A place can be important, but people are often even more important. I've met travelers who felt more at home with good friends than they did in their own hometown. I've met people who built a sense of belonging in completely new countries. I've met people who carried home inside their hearts wherever they went. And I think that's beautiful, because it reminds us that home is not only a place. Home can also be a feeling of comfort, a feeling of acceptance, a feeling of peace. Maybe that's why people say, home is where the heart is. When I think about my own life, I realize that many of my happiest memories involve people rather than locations. Family dinners, conversations with friends, moments of laughter, moments of support, moments when someone understood me. Those are the memories that stay with me. And those memories can travel anywhere, no matter where life takes us, no matter how far we move, no matter how much we change. We carry those memories with us, and in some ways we carry home with us too. As we grow older, many of us continue searching for places where we belong. A university, a workplace, a city, a community, a group of friends, a family of our own. And maybe that's one of the great journeys of life. Not just finding a place on a map, but finding a place in the world where we feel comfortable being ourselves. A place where we don't have to pretend. A place where we feel accepted. A place where we feel understood. Maybe you're still searching for that place. And if you are, that's okay. Many people are. Life is not a race. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You don't need all the answers today. Sometimes the journey itself teaches us what we need to know. Sometimes the places we visit teach us who we are. And sometimes the people we meet help us understand where we belong. Before we finish today, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Where are you from? What is the first memory that comes to your mind when you think about home? What place makes you feel safe? What place makes you feel peaceful? And if you could visit any place in the world right now, where would you go? Take a moment to think about your answers. Maybe write them down. Maybe share them with a friend. Or maybe simply keep them in your heart. As for me, I believe every place we visit becomes a small part of our story. Every city, every neighborhood, every road, every home, they all leave something behind, and they all help shape the person we become. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment. No matter where you're from, no matter where you are right now, and no matter where you're going in the future, I hope you continue moving forward with curiosity, courage, and kindness. My name is Channie, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Until next time, take care of yourself. Goodbye, my friend.